Rangers are being called heroes tonight after rescuing a man from a vicious dog attack.
Two boxers charged a Duke Energy worker this morning in Dearborn County, and deputies say if the two people hadn't stepped in, the victim might have died. 9 News reporter Sayed Shabir spoke to the heroes and joins us live now from University Hospital. Sayed?
Well, Carol and Clyde, the victim, 41-year-old Brad Kolb, is recovering here at the hospital tonight from numerous bites and scratches that occurred on all parts of his body. Now, the two men who stepped in, one was a FedEx driver, another a truck driver who just happened to be passing by. Now, although they aren't accepting the title of being a hero, deputies say their efforts saved a life. FedEx driver Doug Butt peels back the bandages on his right hand to show us the deep puncture wounds left by the teeth of these vicious dogs. The 6-year delivery man says he's had his fair share of run-ins with dogs, but nothing like what he saw on Carolina Trace Road in Dearborn County.
It seemed like they only had one thing on their mind, and that was attacking this guy. I mean, they had him down on the ground. They were pulling on him and biting on him and trying to drag him. It looked like they were actually trying to drag him across the field.
41-year-old Brad Kolb was being mauled by these two boxers, and without hesitation, Butt armed himself with a flashlight and ran in to Kolb's rescue. That's when the dogs turned on him.
One of them was actually so worked up he was foaming in his mouth, had foam around his mouth, and the other one had blood all around his mouth from where he'd been biting the man and stuff. So,
driving by was truck driver Jason Merrill. He called police and then jumped in to help, but not before grabbing a 3-foot steel bar from the back of his truck.
I just began to start hitting the dogs as best I can to try to see if I can get them to back off. I know I contacted the one pretty good on the head a couple times, and they still kept coming back.
Eventually, the dogs backed off, but only for a few minutes. When police arrived, the dogs charged again.
When I pulled into the driveway with my patrol vehicle, they come up and hit my car and tried to basically attack my car also as I sit inside of it.
Armed with shotguns, the police were able to keep the dogs isolated in a field until the owner showed up to lock them up. Despite their bravery, the modest rescuers refused to be called heroes.
I'm no hero. All I did is help out a fellow neighbor.
It was that instinct that clicks in, you know, when you see someone in danger, you know, you want to help them.
Now, the truck driver told me that he doesn't typically drive down that road, but something told him that today he should take that route, and I guess we're lucky he made that decision. Now, the owner of the dogs was cited for not keeping his dogs on his property, and more charges could be coming. The dogs will be held for 10 days before they are put down. Carol?
All right, Sayed Shabir live from Corryville. Thanks, Sayed.